To my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impressions. Now this one is actually one that I have been waiting for a while. High School DXD Season 4, guys. Two things to it. One, as I've said in other videos before, I'm not the biggest fan service guy, but High School DXD is one of my guilty pleasures, I guess you can say that, because one, it has a great story, it really does, and season 3 kind of ended in a weird concluding way, and anyways, but the whole point is that even though it has a great story behind it, there's still also a lot of fan service to it, and that's okay. I don't mind it in this particular show, and I'm not really sure why, but I think it's really one of the shows that whenever I had dropped off from anime, when I came back, I watched the show, and I don't know, it could be all that, but overall, season 4 is interesting. The second part that I want to tell you guys, basically that's weird, or I guess different, is the whole season 3 ending was basically ignored. And I knew this a little while back. They had kind of announced it and said they might change how they connect, and they did. The entire first episode of the 4th season is essentially a second ending to the 3rd season. And the other part to this anime, before I get to my first impression, is it took me forever to find the first episode because it wasn't really announced where it was going to come out. I initially thought it was going to be in Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll announced it, and it didn't come out in Crunchyroll, and it didn't come out in High Dive, and FUNimation doesn't dub stuff until kind of, you know, weeks after the subs come out. So it took me a while. A lot of people that were expecting on April 10th were talking over and over again where it was, and people kept saying go to the website, and then some people were saying no, it got took down, etc., etc. But for those who are looking for this episode, if you have Hulu, yes, Hulu has now gone into simulcasting, and Hulu is now releasing High School DxD and other shows. I think Persona 5 is also included in their list. They have quite a bit of shows that Hulu is now simulcasting, and this is one of them. I was actually surprised when you watch the episode. The first 5 seconds is the introduction of FUNimation, which makes me, I guess, assume that FUNimation is going to dub it, being that they dubbed the first 3 seasons. So, back to the first impressions. Completely different ending to the 3rd season, essentially. This first episode ends the same way the last episode of the 3rd season ends. Them finishing kind of like the 3-legged race, and them winning, and essentially concluding to what's going to happen next. What was kind of different of it, the whole fact there was another hidden dragon, and the other part to it was Issei went ballistic. Essentially, he lost control of his power just because he had this deep emotion where I don't want to ruin it, I guess, but Asya is essentially assumed dead, and he goes to this deep emotion where he loses control of his power, becomes the red dragon comes out of him essentially, and he loses control so much where he goes on and kills the enemy dragon. Essentially, the fan service part comes out of here, where he needs his dear president to save him, essentially. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, the first episode. I don't want to ruin a lot of stuff to it, so I'm not going to talk too much about details. Other than graphics are a lot better than, you know, if you've seen the first season and 2nd season, really. The graphics from those 2 seasons to the 4th one now, totally different, a lot better. It's great. The action scenes the first episode had were amazing. I think Nick said that they're going to dub it in FUNimation in May, so that's great to know. And yeah, to really be honest, the animation of this anime is really amazing to what it was the first season. And great job. The action scenes is really what hooked me the first time I watched it. And then the fan service, I guess, was kind of second. And the story really seems like it can go different ways. The White Dragon came out as saying he wants to be the very best, and it really is coming together to where you have this shonen, I guess, kind of idea where they both want to be the best dragon user, I guess you can say, and eventually they're going to get to this battle, I guess, where the White Dragon and the Red Dragon will fight. Don't know a lot. I haven't really put reading into what's gonna happen because I hate when they spoil something without them wanting to spoil, obviously, but they spoil something by some error. So haven't really read too much into it, more than the whole story is really changing gears to how season 3 ended, and that's really the biggie, I guess. And if you haven't seen the first 3 seasons, or you skipped one, or you completely forgot the entire show, go watch it on FUNimation. It's dubbed there and also subbed, I believe. And Hulu now has all 3 seasons, as well as the 4th season being aired there. So I recommend you guys to go to Hulu and watch that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I love my background. I can't really say your name, Nut, but yeah, background is changing. New home, new place, new background. It's not done yet. Below from what you see is actually my books. And I will make a video showing you guys my room eventually, how my room looks now. So anyways, thank you so much for following me, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Also, don't forget to like and share. That's going to help me a lot. And tell me in the comment section below how excited you are, really, those who have been watching me and have been chatting online with me right now have shown their appreciation. But if you're watching this video after me being live, show your appreciation of how excited you are for this new season of High School DxD. A lot of people are excited for this, and I think it's the biggest return from the season of spring 2018. Gosh, we're not in 17 anymore. So thank you so much, guys, and like always, don't be strangers.